Yeah, how you going? Yeah, it's Thursday. Someone's over Titty Thursday, but I'm not going to do it. Wife's up. Granddaughter's here. She's getting fed. My son's up. What I need to do is turn the TV down a little bit. Try to set myself up a little bit better. Now, what I need to ask you guys, have you all got one of them? Have you all got one of them? It's got a mobile phone. For those sitting in the jungles and wondering, what the hell am I looking at? Well, now you can see what I'm looking at. That's the thing that tells me I'm going through this thing that's going through this computer. Now, when you think about all these computers, all these wireless computers, all these GPSs, now, how do they work? Well, they go to the nearest tower, and the tower sends a signal to a space station, a satellite. Then that information goes back to the carrier and determines how much you're going to be charged for using that device. Now, one of the things the world we know of is trying to do is create the biggest and best way to communicate with another planet. Now, when you think about it, the number of these things and the number of GPSs that are sold these days, we have a planet, a round planet. Yeah, I can go the other way, but it's telling me I'm going the opposite direction to where I am. But, alright, well, I'll do it this way. You have a planet, and on that planet was raw. There was nothing. It was just a planet of earth and soil and dirt and animals and whatever else. Now, we have not millions of these things, but billions of these things. And when we talk about billions of these things, that means there's billions of signals going to the sky. So now, while we have this circle, we then have a greater circle going around the Earth, going to all these satellites that are sitting outside our atmosphere, receiving all these signals from these phones and GPSs. Now, what is the result of this? They talk about black holes and planet warming and the planet cooling down in different places, and we're going through this trend. Well, the trend is that Bill Gates and all those leaders around the world are getting you to get on the computer, like I'm doing now, get on your phone and use it. Why? Because it then becomes one huge satellite in its own right, sending signals from our planet out to space. Now, it's better than having a dish that sends off signals to the other world. We have a whole planet generalized to send a pulse by the use of 1 billion of these things going to all these satellites. Now, what happens is they can do with all these satellites, getting all these signals, compress all the signals, so it all goes to one satellite to send a signal off to the world. Now, this thing about doing an array antenna on an array means of a radar system a radio system send signals in Australia is a feed of shit. We walk around with these are the satellite. We are providing the information to all these satellites for the scientists of the world, including Bill Gates and all those who are in the computer systems, to use us to send a signal out there. And hopefully, somewhere along the line, someone using one of these things will receive a signal back and they'll say, what the hell was that? Chloe, oh, here. This is my granddaughter. This is my granddaughter. Hi, Chloe. This is the first time walking. Look how Chloe. Come on. That's my granddaughter. She's crawling. Well, so I'm sorry about that, but I had to do it. Now, getting back to my media. Today I have la-dee-da-das. La-dee-da-das. No way. La-dee-da-da-das. And the song they're singing is Too Poop to Pop. Well, I'm too pooped and I am pops. So, here is the song. Come on, I'll move this way. Oh! You want to see some? Yes, it's a drumstick, and she knows what to do with it. Got it. Ready? Hit. Hit it. Here, come. No, bounce. Two boots to pop. Yeah! Now, I'll do this with her here. Now, the La-Dee-Das was a leading New Zealand rock band of the 1960s and early 1970s, formed in New Zealand in 1963 as the Mergers. They enjoyed considerable success in both New Zealand and Australia until their split in 1975. In Australia, the band probably best known as the launching place for career guitarist Kevin Burridge, because we had the Kevin Burridge Express, and for their recording of the first Australasian rock concept band, The Happy Prince, EMI. There you go, EMI again, 1968. The credits: New Zealand, origin. Past members: Kevin Burridge, Phil Key, Bruce Howard, Trevor Wilson, and Brett Nielsen. Now, there is a few credits there. The band, which eventually became the La Dee Dahs, was started by three musicians from a rural Huapi district near Auckland, in the North Island of New Zealand. Friends of Kevin Burridge, Brett Nielsen, and Trevor Wilson were all the Rutherford High School and Tia Atutu. Kevin had actually started much earlier in music at 12. He had recorded a single and two young sisters, Judy and Sue Donaldson, who lived on a neighbouring property. The pair later became a popular New Zealand singing duo called The Chicks, and Sue went on to work overseas with artists such as Cat Stevens. That was you! Are you a cat? You're a princess, aren't you? You're my princess! Yeah? So, if you Wikipedia, la-dee-da-dee-dahs, there's more there. There's a whole page of it. Oh, God, there is a lot there. It would have been taking me all night to read it all. So you better go to Wikipedia and put in la-dee-da-dee-da. Well, thanks, la-dee-da-dee-da. To poop to pop. Now, joke of the day. How to win some Fosters. Three Aussie guys were working on a high-rise building project. Steve, Bruce, and Kevin. Steve falls off and is killed instantly. As the ambulance takes the body away, Bruce says to someone, should go and tell his wife. Kevin says, okay, I'm pretty good at that sensitive stuff. I'll do it. 2 hours later, he comes back carrying a case of Fosters. Bruce says, where did you get that? Kev says, Steve's wife gave it to me. Bruce replies, that's unbelievable. You told the lady her husband was dead and she gave you the beer? Well, not exactly, Kevin said. When she answered the door, I said to her, you must be Steve's widow. She said, no, I'm not a widow. And I said, I'll bet you a case of Fosters you are. Wasn't that much, was it? Alright, well, do a second one. Two Aussies adrift in a lifeboat. While rummaging through the boat's provisions, one of them finds an old lamp. He rubs the lamp and the genie appears. The genie tells him that he only has one wish to grant. Without giving much thought to the matter, the lamp finder blurts out, turn the entire ocean into VB. The genie claps his hands and with a deafening crash, immediately the entire sea turns into beer. The genie disappears and only the gentle lapping of beer on the hull breaks the silence and the stillness as the two men consider their circumstances. The second Aussie turns to the first and says, nice going, mate. Now we're going to have to pee in the boat. So, we can remember these things. And how many of these things are around the world in this planet? Oh, Alan, are we invited to your show? Are we invited to your show? Hello? Say, wave, 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 look, there's you, there's you, there's you. Wave, wave, hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. Hey, You haven't had your Swiss. Time you had your Swiss to try and stop these colds from happening. So it's 21st of March 2013, and it's 10:58, 2 minutes away from 11 o'clock. So it's 22:59. We can go for another minute to get 2300, but you don't have to put up with her. You don't mind putting up with her because she's ready to go to sleep. Alright, love is all. Catch you again tomorrow. Bye.